The top 4 candidates running for U.S. House and Senate in Montana have raised together more than $30 million. That's collectively for their campaigns so far. Where is all the money coming from? Tonight, MTN's Mike Dennison takes a closer look.
Montana's U.S. Senate contest between Democratic incumbent Jon Tester and Republican Matt Rosendale is one of the most closely watched Senate races in the country. So it's no surprise that both candidates have built national fundraising operations with money coming from donors in every state in the union. Tester had raised about $19 million as of 2 weeks ago, and Rosendale just under $5 million. Each campaign, however, is getting only about 1/4 of that money from individual Montanans. An additional 1/4 of Tester's money, almost $5 million, is from donors in 3 states or regions: New York, California, and the Washington, D.C. area, including Maryland and Virginia. Nearly 1/4 of Rosendale's money, $1.1 million, is from donors in 3 states: Texas, California, and Florida. Tester also has culled $3.6 million from political action committees, or PACs, about 18% of his cash. Rosendale has $582,000 from PACs, or about 12% of his money. Montana's U.S. House race between Republican Congressman Greg Gianforte and Democratic challenger Kathleen Williams has a lower profile, but has attracted money from outside the state as well. However, Gianforte is outraising Williams in Montana. He's raised about $2.3 million from individual Montanans, slightly more than half his total take of nearly $4.5 million. His campaign account also includes $1 million of his own money, 22% of the total. Williams has raised at least $1.2 million from Montanans, almost 40% of her total. She's also raised another $800,000 from small donors who don't have to report where they're from. And some of that money also is from Montana, but we don't know precisely how much. Another big source of money for Williams is donors from her native California, about $565,000 or 17% of her total. Gianforte has donors from across the country, but the biggest amount from any one state was just $101,000 from California, or about 2% of his total. Of course, the candidates aren't the only ones spending money in these races. Outside groups have poured more than $30 million into the Senate race alone. Later this week, we'll tell you more about the source of that money as well. Reporting from Helena, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
Thanks, Mike.
And by the way, each race also has a Libertarian candidate running very low-budget campaigns. Rick Breckenridge running for the U.S. Senate and Eleanor Swanson for the House.